Good afternoon, Carlos. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Obviously, it's a huge fight. It's a main event. Just curious, how you feel about what does this fight do for you? If you win, do you feel like you are next in line for a title shot?
Yeah, I'm really excited with this fight. The second main event in a row, and it's gonna be a big fight for me. And I think after beating Ian Garry, I'm gonna be really close of the for fight for the title.
Um, you know, I remember this is kind of a stupid question, but after Ian Garry's fight with Daniel Rodriguez, I believe that they sort of became friends. They hung out a little bit. You guys have sort of had a little bit of like a back and forth on social media over the past week. Do you feel like is there beef between you two? Like, is this personal for you, or is this just business?
No, it's just business. It is what it is. We're gonna step on the cage, try to kill each other, but for me, it's just business. What we talk before the fight, all the trash talking. For me, it's okay. It's part of the game, but stepping there is just business. No emotions, no love, no hate, no anything. Just business.
You responded to a social media video of him where he brought up an old fight of yours, and he in his post he called you a quitter. What was your reaction when you heard him say that?
Any reaction, because it was like a really bad situation. Was the time I was going to China every month, like fighting maybe 1, 2, 3 times, without any coach, like fighting alone, eat just 1 time per day to cut weight. Was really cold there, sleeping on the ground. So it's the kind of situation he never passed before, but is experience, if I'm able to be here today, is because I passed a lot of bad situations like that, and about to be fighter or not, like he said, I'm here, 4 bonus on the road, 2 main events, knocking people out. Just 1 year in UFC. He had 4 years in UFC. Never did the main event before. Just 1 bonus. So I have not much to talk, just to show.
One more for me. After the fight, do you see that maybe you and Ian would potentially have a cigarette together as like a, you guys would be friends with after the fight?
If he wants, for me it's okay.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy is not kind of guy who smokes cigarettes, but. Yeah. If you want, I have many to bring to him.
There you go. Sorry, actually, one more. We actually did an interview with Bryant, who said that he believes he's going to be the first fighting nerd to get a UFC championship belt. Do you dispute that? Do you think you'll be first, or do you? Is there a friendly competition for it?
Nah, I think Kyle gonna be the first one. I don't know. It depends the next weeks. If he gonna fight or not. But if I should bet money on who gonna be champ first, I think I'm gonna bet my money on Caio.
He said all 4 of you guys at the same time. Are you, Jean, Rufi, and Caio, are you going to hold a belt at the same time? Do you think that's going to happen?
I think so. Because we 4, all the guys can become champ, like just 1 more fight, and then we can fight for the belt, Like Caio can fight for the belt any moment,
Yeah.
I think for me, like it depends the way I beat Ian Garry, the next fight can be for the belt also. Rufy, just 1 more fight is, I don't know, maybe he fight Jansen Gage or somebody like that, really make a really good performance. Also, he can go to the belt. And also Jean, just 1 fight and then can go. It depends how good it will be our next performance. But it's really possible.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Carlos, this way. How do you feel mentally and physically heading to this fight?
I'm feel 100%. Last year I fought many times. Now I got a little break, to take care about my healthy, my physically, mentally, I spend a lot of money on the gym, get a little bit more stronger. So 26 April, you guys gonna see the best version of Carlos Prates.
Thank you.
Carlos, just a couple of quick ones. You got to show off your baseball skills last night. What was that like throwing the first pitch? Because there's been a few UFC fighters that have thrown a first pitch, and I think Derek Lewis might have had one of the worst ones we've ever seen. But yours has got to be up there with the top ones.
It was really nice. I was really nervous before because I don't want to do like Derek Lewis, Conor McGregor. They did like a really bad first pitch, But it was really nice, a huge honor for me. To be honest, I think fighting is more easier than baseball, but it was really nice.
And then obviously like the main event this weekend, banger fight, headliner. But what was your initial reaction when you had heard that Jeff Neal had gotten injured? Because I feel like that was another fan favorite fight as well.
Bro, it was like a mix of emotions, because my manager Lucas come to me and say, hey, he called me. And now every time when he called me, it's like something like really big, like really, really important. And the first time I took, like, I was thinking like, somebody happened with my fight. And then he come and say, hey, Jeff Neal got injury. But, they said they have something big for you, Like if you don't fight any opponent, to fight 314 in Miami, they gonna have something big for you. And I was like, it was like mix of like angry, worry about, and something like really excited to know what they gonna bring for me.
Hey, Carlos, over here. So when you got the news that Jeff Neal was out, did you stop training at all, or did you just keep going, just assuming that you were going to get
No, in my mind, I was like, keep training because I was like, no, I'm gonna fight in Miami anyway. They're gonna find somebody, and also on the same day, they said like Jamal Hill and Khalil Humphrey don't happen, And I was like, or I'm gonna fight Miami, or I'm gonna do a main event in Kansas City.
So is there no hesitation at all on your end in taking the main event? Obviously you're training 3 rounds for Jeff Neal. Now you're 5.
No. I always come to the gym and train 5 rounds. Having my fight gonna be 3 rounds every time I come to the gym, and I train for 5 rounds.
And then in terms of this fight compared to, obviously, Jeff, did you have to change a whole lot about what your game plan was, or are you more focusing on what you can do?
Yeah. To be honest, I think that fight, like if fight against Jeff Neal, would be more dangerous, and fight with Ian Garry is less dangerous, but hardest fight to win, The way to win the fight is a little bit harder, but I didn't change a lot of things. Just changed my training partners, sparring. The guys to do like the game of Ian Garry, because he's a little bit taller than Jeff Neal, and also he's orthodox. He's not southpaw, but it's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Carlos here. So, what do you think about Kansas City? How are you feeling here in the city?
It's my first time here. It's my first time here in Kansas. I was on the center of the city. Was like a little bit quiet, not like a lot of people on the street and things like that. But I enjoy my time here. I'm really excited to eat barbecue here. They say barbecue in Kansas is really nice. But I enjoy the time here. Meet people. I make a new friend, Randy. He's now part of the team. I enjoy the time here. It's really nice.
So, of course, you expect a win on Saturday, no question. So, after that, what is your expectation? What comes next?
It depends how the fight ends. I think if you end after 5 rounds by points, I would be really close of the title shot, but probably make one more fight, against Sean Brady, or the loser between Belal Muhammad and Jack de la Madalena. But I think if I beat him like I want, like a knockout on the 30 round, I would be the next for the title. Nobody knock him out, nobody finish him. So Shabikati is the next in the line, but he did 5 rounds with Ian Garry. So I think if I beat him like really bad, I would be the next.
So have you prepared to knock out him, or you are expecting like a long fight? Or
I prepare for everything, bro. I prepare for step on the cage. Since the first round, try to kill him, try to knock him out. That's my game plan. All the fights, defense, takedown, and knock my opponent out.
Carlos, bom dia. You have 4 fights in the UFC, and 4 times you got a bonus of the performance of the night. So, first of all, should we expect for you another 50K performance? And is it the goal to continue this run with bonuses?
Yeah, all the time I talk with my friends, like the first fight in UFC, I fought, and I was like, I don't gonna get bonus, like me, Carlos, why? No, I don't gonna get bonus, and then I got the bonus. And then after that, when I saw the money come to my bank account, I was like, man, I have to get the bonus of the fight, And my second fight, after the fight, I knew already I would get the bonus. The third fight, I was like, nah, I got the bonus already. For sure, I'm gonna get the bonus. On my last fight also, I said, no way. I for sure they're gonna get me bonus, and I'm gonna fight Ian Garry. And guess what? I'm gonna make the bonus again.
Wish you luck. And a question about your teammate, Caio Borralho, wants to fight Khamzat Chimaev on the International Fight Week. What do you think are his chances?
Bro, to be honest, Caio, I think is the most hardest fight to Chimaev, we know Chimaev have a good pressure, good wrestling, but all the time sick, all the time cancel the fight, all the time, Of course, it was really good fight against Robert Whittaker, Was like really, really crazy to see how he finished the fight, But he needs to go to the ground to finish the fight, and go to the ground with the Caio is not a good idea, They have a really, 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 really good jiu-jitsu, And I know that the game plan to fight comes out. I think during the beginning of the fight, it's gonna be hard, It's gonna be hard, but after he see Caio not give the back to him, doing some guard, and then get up and really nice strike, it's gonna be hard, Of course, everybody say, Chimaev is good wrestling, but it's MMA, 5 rounds against Caio, it's hard.
So what's better, Russian wrestling or Brazilian BJJ?
If fight against Caio and Chimaev for 5 rounds, I'm gonna bet on Brazilian BJJ.
Obrigado.
Thank you.